than a goldfish?
Yeah, be careful.
The average attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. And today, in 2016, the attention span of the average human is 8 seconds. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and everyone who's not here. So the reason that our attention span is actually less than a goldfish is because of the information overload. In fact, in the year 2000, the average attention span was 12 seconds. So in a 16-year span, we dropped 4 seconds. That's incredible. And the reason for that is because of technology, and that we're constantly bombarded with technology, from the TV to the internet, from the phone. In fact, we keep our phones on us basically 24/7, and we're constantly having access to the web. We have notifications that we get a text. We have notifications that we got a comment on Facebook. We're constantly bombarded with information. And in the last few years, I have been studying success. And the one correlation with success is the ability to focus. Focus our attention on what we're doing. One of my favorite podcasts is The Entrepreneur on Fire. And John Lee Dumas, if you've ever heard of it, his acronym for focus is finish one course until success. And Winston Churchill, in fact, said that you'll never hit your destination if you constantly throw rocks at the barking dogs along the way. You're never going to get there, no matter how big your goals and your dreams are, if you constantly are, overwhelmed with too much information. So how do you know if you are struggling to focus? You need to focus on focus. The one key, there's a couple of keys, and one of the things is that you start books and you don't finish them. How many of us start a book, we're all excited, we get about halfway through the book, and we're like, I'm good, I know this, I got this. And then you look over there and you say, that looks really interesting. And so you put this one aside, you pick up the next one, and we're constantly never finishing the books. And as you know, the valuable information is usually at the end where they tie everything up for you in a nice little package. Another key that you need to focus is that it's the end of the day. You're sitting there, it's 5 o'clock, and you wonder, man, where did my day go? What did I spend my time on? What did I get accomplished today? You have no comprehension of what you actually got done. How many of us have felt that? I have felt that all the time. Another sign that you need to focus is that you're constantly starting projects and getting distracted and then stopping them to start something else. I used to struggle with that a lot in the business. It's called the shiny object syndrome in the online business world. It's where the next best thing, there's this course and everyone says, oh, you got to try this course. It's the key to Facebook ads. And then you start the course and then you try a little thing, you don't really finish, you don't really give it the time to implement, and then you try something else and you say, well, it didn't work. But did you really give it the time and attention that it deserves in order to complete it? So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, that's me, right? You probably resonated with a few of the little key factors of whether you need to focus on. So what do you do? Well, the first thing you should always do is have a plan. Regardless of if you have a business or you just want to be successful in your life, if you're a mom, it doesn't even matter. You should have a plan and you should have goals. So I like to sit down and plan out my goals for the week. What do I want to accomplish this week? Even if it's 2 to 3 little things, you're just constantly moving forward in your life and accomplishing your goals, and eventually you will find success. The next thing that you want to do is to have blinders. So if you decide that you want to take this course, whatever course of action it is, you want to block everything else out. So if you decide that you want to do a new workout program, right? P90X, for instance, and you're all about P90X, you want to put blinders on to all of the other workout programs out there. Because you're going to talk to your friend, and they're going to tell you about this other great program that they're seeing success, and you're just going to get distracted. And the next thing, which I was guilty of, all of us in this room are overachievers. We're here because we want to improve, like Sam said. We're constantly stepping outside of our comfort zone. We're learning. We're probably readers. But Are you stopping to actually implement what you've learned? So you read this new book and you're like, wow, this is it, this is amazing. And then all of a sudden the next week you pick up another book before you actually stop to implement the strategies in the first book. And I used to do this all the time with conferences. Go for a weekend conference, you get all inspired, and you're like, oh my God, it's great. And then you get home and the next day you're listening to another podcast and you don't actually give yourself time to implement. So stop, implement before you start learning something else. And then the big one, the big myth, the one that you probably are all guilty of, and it was something maybe 10, 15 years ago, it was like key to productivity and success, which is multitasking. Stop multitasking. It's actually a myth. When you think about your brain and how it works, you literally cannot have two thoughts at the same time. And so what happens when we start multitasking, we're writing emails, we're playing with our dog over here, and we're on the phone, you're stopping and switching your brain constantly. We're toggling. We're not actually thinking of all these things at one time. And so it's slowing you down. It's taking your energy and it's taking your focus away from what you're actually doing. So what I've learned recently in working with the other entrepreneurs, the female entrepreneurs that I've been coaching, and helping them build successful businesses and lives of their dreams is that you already have it within you. You have the knowledge. You have more knowledge maybe now than 4 generations before you. You have what it takes. You just have to focus the energy onto 1 or 2 few things and then switch to the next thing. And always remember that you're on the right track. If you wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, today am I going to be smarter than goldfish?